All right, it's Friday, March 27th, 2020, and this is the second Friday update. And we're doing this video for a couple reasons. One, I wanted to show you that, well, Anna thinks I'm crazy because I like wearing jeans at home, but the rest of my life is usually spent in athletic wear and sweatpants. So I like to look nice. And the other thing is too, with all this lounging around, due to the quarantine, it's extra incentive to get out of your sweats and out of your pajamas in the morning. Even though I haven't yet showered today, but that's because I'm doing this video for you and I want to make sure that I get my sweat in early. The other thing is too is, I got an extra, my belt's tighter than it usually is, which is cool. Quarantine gains or losses, I guess. And this video is really about mobility and accessibility to movements. I was talking to my Nana yesterday and she was saying that she's not quite limber enough to get into some of the positions that I'm suggesting. And I want to show you a couple modifications. And I want to show you how you can work on your mobility so that you are limber enough to get to these positions. Because a deep squat might not be where you can go right now, but we're supposed to begin with the end in mind. And this is the ultimate end in mind. Well, being able to reach up and hold something overhead while you're in a deep squat is the ultimate end in mind. And I know that's far off and I don't want you to get discouraged by that. Just keep it in mind. That's what we're building up to. And you're supposed to set big goals, because if you set small goals, you get small results. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. My little assistant is awake today. She'll probably go down for a nap right after this. Now for this exercise, you don't need to hold a baby. You don't need to hold anything in your hands, and you might even want to put your hands elsewhere for stability. But if you're able to, you're gonna roll into this position. This is a 90-90, so my right hip, this one, is internally rotated. And usually this is a range of motion that people lose. Internal rotation. My left hip is in external rotation. I'm pushing that knee down into the ground, nice and hard. I'm pushing both knees down to the ground, nice and hard. And, come on Layla, do it with me. And I'm trying to feel the difference between the one side and the other. And this right here, this is where I feel a little stiff and a little awkward. So I'm trying to spend more time in this position throughout my day in order to encourage more balance in my mobility. So internal rotation on the left hip now, external on the right hip. And like I was saying before, you might want your hands back behind you to help stabilize you through the movement. You go back and forth, all right? Press your knees down, and then you'll feel your butt comes up a little bit. So try and press your butt down. Press your butt down with your knees down. And there's a compromise to be made here, all right? Go back and forth through those. Learn what your body likes and what it doesn't like. And remember that if you stay in your comfort zone, it's only gonna get more comfortable and something else is gonna get far less comfortable. So let's say that you lack internal rotation. You feel awkward like me in this position here with the left leg behind you and the right like this. You want to stabilize, you want to strengthen the areas above and below it. So the areas above and below it are the oblique, the shoulder, some stuff around the butt. And one of the best ways to do this is through a side plank. So here's a way to get started. Keep your hand on the floor and push your hips up away from the ground. All right? If you're feeling strong and stable, mostly this shoulder is going to be the one you want to think about, or the limiting factor that'll be. If you're feeling strong, you take your arm away from the ground. If you're not feeling so strong, you keep it down. And then maybe you lift your leg instead. Notice how this hip is far from the ground. All right, we can't be slouching here. It's not about just getting it up. It's about getting it up as much as you can. Well, not as much as you can, but push yourself a little bit. See what you can do and work on expanding on that. Lift your hand up, lift that up, and then suddenly a range of motion like this often becomes more available. Test them out again. Over time, you can put your hands in different positions or hold a baby as you go through the range of motion. That's one, all right? So Nana was talking about sciatica. She's got a little bit of stiffness around the hip that is limiting her. So Nana, I hope you don't mind me using you as an example. Try taking the leg that gives you an issue and bring it underneath you like so, all right? And then sit back a little bit. So you'll see me from the side, I'm here. Is that a position you can get to? If not, let's try this position. That left leg is the one that's feeling a little stiff. You have it on top and you turn over. You might feel stretched by the butt. Does that help? If not, let's go here. Okay, got my right knee bent with my right foot on the ground. My left leg is like so. And then I crunch up a little bit. Bring it to me. And that's a stretch in my left butt, and that often helps. Try out those moves again. Where do you feel restricted? Did it help? I've got one more for you, and that's hold it like so. All right? This is called a nerve glide, and it's good for things like sciatica. And then once again, retest your range of motion. Did it get a little bit better? I hope so. Now, there's one other move that we talked about already, which I like to assess myself and my clients, and it's the deep squat. And I understand that's a big challenge for a lot of people to get right down there. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna hold on to something, and then you're gonna sit as best you can. Before you go, make sure that something you're holding on to is stable, all right? And it gives you a lot of support. And when you need to, you pull yourself back up again. All right, sit down into it and wiggle around. I know this video is longer than some of them have been, but Layla's been here the whole time and she's been making some cute noises, so I hope you're all right with it. Anyway, we're gonna get her down for a nap. Nap time? Nap time? And then I'm gonna get in the shower, because it's gonna be really nice out today. Maybe I shouldn't get in the shower, because maybe I'll sweat later. Either way, say bye-bye. Have a good day, and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.